Hello there. Welcome to Sumit Academy. I hope that you are keeping up with my videos. Do subscribe to my channel so that you do not miss out on my previous or future videos. In this video, the first in my series of 7 videos on the selection procedure at the Services Selection Boards, we shall learn about the preliminary testing at the SSBs. Now, once candidates report to the SSB, they will have to undergo testing in 2 phases. The first phase is that of preliminary screening, which you must clear to reach the next phase. If not, you will be sent back home at this stage itself. This first phase of preliminary testing has 2 parts: intelligence test and the picture perception and discussion test. The intelligence test indicates the officer intelligence rating or the OIR. The questions will be divided into verbal reasoning and non-verbal reasoning. The verbal type of questions necessary includes a statement which has to be read and understood before giving any answer. The type of question includes those from arithmetic, English, directions, analogy series, interchanging signs, rank, tall short, odd man out, etc. The non-verbal type of questions are in diagrammatic and pictorial form. Figure analogy, identical classification, odd figure, sequencing, mirror images, etc. are included in this category. Do listen carefully to the instructions given by the psychologist for the test. Attempt the practice questions and listen carefully as the answers are clarified and explained. Don't worry, the practice questions are not evaluated. The actual test is conducted in pairs. Timing is important, so be careful. The scores obtained in both the tests determine the officer intelligence rating, the OIR. Read each question carefully and answer as asked. Ensure that you have written the answer against the correct question number. It is important to remember that all questions are not multiple choice. Some questions have to be answered with an alphabet, numeral, or even word. Use the alphabets printed on top of the answer sheet when required. Don't spend too much time over the difficult questions. You may revert to them later after attempting other questions. We now move on to the second part, the picture perception and discussion test, or PP and DT as it is known. Keep in mind that perception is the way something is regarded, understood, and interpreted. This test is conducted in 2 parts. While the first part is a paper and pen test, the second is verbal, where individuals take part in a group discussion. In picture perception, as the name suggests, a picture is shown to the candidates. The candidates will have to write a story around the picture before proceeding with the second part of this test. The picture is shown for 30 seconds only, while 1 minute is given to write based on the observation of the picture, number of persons, age, sex, mood, first character seen to be circled, and action going on in the space provided. Remember, 4 minutes will be given to write a story around the picture. As earlier, do listen to the instructions very attentively. The pictures are purposely kept a little hazy. Generally, multiple figures are present in the picture. The problem has to be perceived from the action the scene depicts. To prepare yourself for this, I would suggest that you do a Google search for PP and DT images and then practice on the pictures given there. Highlight a problem in your story, make a positive story with the lead character, try and bring in new and innovative solutions to the problem. Remember that the story must be your reflection how you would think and react in the situation. So add emotion and feeling to the story. For the next part, the discussion test, the group is divided into subgroups of about 15 to 20 candidates. A team of one interviewing officer, one group task officer or GTO, and one psychologist will make their individual and collective assessment of the candidates in the groups. Now listen carefully as the GTO speaks about the rules and procedures for conduct of discussion. Narration and discussion of story constitute two parts of the discussion test. Narration is sequential, whereas discussion is a free-for-all affair. The group comes to a common story at the end of the discussion. Now, have you been rejected in phase 1? If so, let us see why and try to identify and overcome your shortcoming. All candidates obviously take great effort to do their best to get recommended. But then, this is a screening test and a sizable number of candidates have to be screened out. Being aware of the likely reasons for rejection would make a candidate reduce the mistakes and enhance chances of proceeding to phase 2 of the detailed testing. First, lower grades in the officer intelligence rating reduces the chances of clearing phase 1. However, it has been seen that repeaters are likely to perform better due to familiarity with the test. Second, lack of eye contact. Addressing the group and being attentive and involved is of great importance. Do not avoid eye contact with the speaker and the audience. Third, lack of curiosity or not listening attentively. A discussion is a meaningful exchange of ideas, and listening attentively is essential to contribute to the discussion. Shouting over the others to somehow get everyone to agree to your points weakens your arguments and will lose you marks. Fourth, unwanted body gestures. Aggressive postures, getting up from the chair in excitement or anger, pointing fingers, etc. are unnecessary body gestures which send a wrong signal and should be avoided. Fifth, instructions for narration are clear. Understanding and adhering to it is important. By following correct sequencing for narration and being to the point, one can complete it in under 1 minute. Long narration is indicative of unnecessary stress on details. Sixth, deficiencies in thought process. Clarity and inconsistency in thought process will result in not being able to defend one's arguments in the face of logical questioning by the group. Do not try to catch the eye of the assessors all the time. It is best to be your natural self and focus on the given task. Seventh, lengthy story. Some candidates, not being sure of their own ideas, try to accommodate ideas of others in their stories, making it longer. The plot and theme get blurred. Quick decision as to what to include or delete requires presence of mind and common sense. Eighth, being precise and short is the key. Poor language, struggling for words, stuttering, repeating same words, unfortunately has no impact. Other members of the group may well take advantage of this. Well, so much in this video. We shall continue the subject of understanding the SSB selection procedure in the second video of this series of 7 videos. Do like this video of this series and share with your friends. And do subscribe to my channel so that you do not miss out on my previous or future videos. And if you really feel you want to talk to me, then do drop in a line to sumitacademy20@gmail.com. Now, I gratefully acknowledge the information, guidance and help rendered to me by the officers posted to the Army and the Air Force SSB over the years, and in particular to Anand Verma for publicly sharing a booklet on the subject. Till later then, cheers.